Hey, greetings. I want to talk to you today about tools of collaboration. Now, with the learning management system, we have a collaboration that is basically a chat tool, but it's an opportunity to work with students real time in a chat situation, and probably better than email in so many ways. But before I get to that, I just have to share this page right here. If any time you're looking for tools or topics to help you, assist you in your teaching, some of the things I would recommend is that you go to free technology for teachers, and that's www.freetech, the numeral 4 teachers.com. And it's a blog that was developed by Richard Bain, who has some ideas, and he collaborates on a lot of different topics regarding how to use technology and what kind of technology that you have in the schools. And a lot of this is K-12, but I use a lot of these tools at the undergraduate level, and I see a lot of this being worked in some of the graduate level as well. This article was just posted on Facebook, but I wanted to open that up, and it was originally posted in his blog back in October. And it's how do you search Twitter for educational content. And so here it's the author is stating that you can search for items, you can search for topics, ideas, resources that you may not find through just typing in Google search, okay? And so here, if you don't have an account in order to search, and of course there's a whole demonstration on how to do this. Now, the reason why I wanted to show this particular thing right now, this is the page that you would go to if you're looking at signing up and logging in for Twitter. I wanted to show you this, and it's called Adobe Flash Player Out of Date. And I also have an issue with Java as well, because I was trying to get into some collaboration and I found out I was short Java. So I want you to remember this, that the Adobe Flash Player and Java issues that you may encounter with students because of the tools that they're using. They may be using an iPad, an iPod Touch, they may be using their Amazon Kindle, they may be using Google Chromebook, or some other tools where there's no capability of using Java, or in some cases Adobe Flash as well. I just wanted to bring that up as I was just looking at this. I figured this is all part of the topic that I want to discuss with you. So with that, I want to go to Learning Management System. I have a course that I have developed, and I haven't really pushed out anywhere, but it's so that I can play with in my transition and work with it and all that. And in this, as you're looking at Blackboard and you're looking at how can I really work with my students, what are some of the things that I can do for my students and help them out, one of the things that you can do is you can go over to the side of your course and you look, and as you go down, if you have the course tools open, click on that, and you have a lot of different tools there that's available to us. Some of those have been turned off, some of them are there. And I use a number of these when I teach at the university. I use quite a few of these, but the one particular one that I want to address is this one, and it's called the collaboration. And so as you click on collaboration, what you end up with is this page right here. And what I show here is I show a lecture hall and office hours. And what you can do with this is when you set these up, you can set them up for collaboration. If you want to have a collaboration, let's say for each week. And you know there are students out there that really need help. Maybe they're having issues in math, or maybe it's English, or it could even be history or speech or whatever. And at this point, you can use these collaboration sessions to work with those students one-on-one. Sometimes email, you have some problems with email because the lag time And sometimes if you're worried about security, and I always hear that from so many people, "Oh, I'm worried about the security of it." If you do it within Blackboard, the assumption is going to be is that it's that student that's actually making the conversation. And you have to rely on their integrity or whatever else that they are operating under. So let's say I want to create a collaboration series. Now, in one course that I was teaching, I had a collaboration for each week, so that we would, and it was open to both myself and the students to work with. And another course that I was teaching, I had groups. I had groups set up, and each group had a collaboration page where they would meet together, just like they do here at the library in the Study Room X. They can meet at the collaboration page and work on their projects and be able to communicate back and forth. Now, again, this is all, it's no video included in this. One of these days, maybe the purchase will be made. We can have the collaboration tool where we can actually do it with you lecturing. They can see you lecturing, and they can either communicate back to you audible, text, or through video as well. But that's down the road. There are schools that actually do this. A number of schools have collaboration tools like that. So I want to start out first off of creating a collaboration system. And I can come in here and I can give that collaboration, I can give that a name that I want. And let's say I want to make this an assignment 1 study. And then I can either pick a date, start after, and end. And sometimes you may want to do that with groups. Or you can make it available. And you can put this in as a chat or virtual classroom. I'm going to put it in a virtual classroom just to do that. And I'm going to hit submit. Now, if you notice here in office hours is a chat, and that's really basically all it is. I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. And again, as I said, you have to make sure that your job is up to speed, and not every student's going to have this capability. So that might be a question that you have to ask that student when you're talking to them about communicating in this way. Do they have the capability of Java? Because it's going to be required. Blackboard, that's one of the things Blackboard requires. And we're hoping that changes here in the next, hopefully 18 months, but I don't know. At this point now, I can have a number of students over here on the left side that are communicating with it. And now I can just start typing information as to what I want to talk about. And I can then, the student can come back and ask questions. You can create, in some cases what I've done is I've taken my lecture material, put it into a Word pad or Word document, and I've cut and pasted it in here. And that you can do. That's not a problem at all to be able to put that display in there. And then of course you can record this conversation. This is one of the things that you need to be aware of, is that up here you have a tool that I can start recording. So everything at this point that I put into this is recorded. So every communication that I have with a student, I'm trying to get them convinced what to do. And now that's in there. When I hit the return button, now it's in the record mode. I can pause that if I need to. Let's say we're going to take a break. We can do that. I can put that then back in again. Resume it. Then once I'm finished with this, I can turn it off, stop recording, and then I can create a file for that or bookmark it, so that students now have this in this assignment, in this chat. They now have a message. So again, if you go through this, you can show in line, you can show in a separate frame. That's one way to do it. What kind of controls do you have? And this is chat, private messaging. It's all active user. You can set the criteria for that if you want. If you want to clear all the displays, you can also take care of that, and that clears that out. And then of course you can end this session when this session has ended. So the window closes. Okay. So now we're done with this. That's the chat. Let's go back and take a look at the other windows. And I'm just going to go to assignment 1 here and open that up. What you're going to find is a completely different window than what we saw in the chat. And in here, what I can do now is I can put a lot of information in here. I can write in here. I can write out an assignment in here. I can erase these. I can clear that document. And the students can ask questions. You can give the students the authority to write in here, and it's all communicated. The students can just communicate and work with that quite extensively. I don't like the fact that I'm not able to get this window open where I want it, so that I can see a few things. But that's sometimes that's the nature of the beast. Anyway, these are some tools that you can use out there for collaboration within the classroom where it's real time. And oftentimes, like in blended courses or flipped courses, you may also want to create this so that folks can work with it. But not unlike the chat, you can type in the test, and that can go out, or you hit return, and that'll go out. Up here, you'll see that you have a record button, a pause button, a stop button, and then you can save that all that information. And I think the reason why I'm having a problem here with this, and it just dawned on me, is the fact that I'm using Internet Explorer. And sometimes that can just be a real, create some serious issues for me. So you may want to check and see how your browsers are working on it, because I'm missing some windows underneath here. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh yeah, okay, I'll scroll down. But anyway, as you see, I've got some issues here with that. I can put a lot of information here. I can put my desktop in there. There's a lot of different factors. My recommendation is find somebody that you can work with in a sandbox and be able to do what you need to do. There's a wonderful way to do this. I taught a graduate course this way. The student was sitting down in Miami at a hotel, a beach bar in the class, because I always held it on Sunday afternoon because I knew I could get all the students from all around the world in at the same time. And I'll tell you what, we did a lot more discussion than just what the subject was. But what really it turned out is, as the comments came back from the students, and even in the survey, in the term surveys, the fact they felt more connected with their classmates in this class because of this collaboration than they had in other classes that they've taken. So I always encourage faculty to go ahead and do this to really kind of create ways that they can work around, figure out what works best for them, figure out how it can all come together. I'm just playing around here with some numbers here to see why I'm not getting really what I want to see. And again, you may have to check your browser that you're using, but also making sure that your students, if they are wanting to do this, that they need to find a computer that is using Java. And they can use the computers down in the help desk or down in the library. Use them in all their places there, because hopefully the Java is up to date. I did have to do an update on this. You may have to check your desktop as well. Anyway, that's it on the collaboration, and I hope this helps you out, helps you understand a little bit more about how this all comes together.